because you know we're gonna see potentially like a 3 shaman or a 3 bounty hunter. I mean, I'm still thinking it's probably gonna be 3 bounty hunter, just because 3 shaman is so like
Yeah. I just think of it from
it's
like
different.
a team game, right? Like I almost feel MSS would play ET or Shadow Shaman over Bounty, like as a team thing. But we'll see.
Yeah,
And there
it
is
is.
the OD, like you said.
Yeah, it's just too easy of an OD game, I think, to pass up. So it's gonna be the monkey. It's a little bit of an audible here for forward, yeah, but the monkey versus OD matchup is much more pleasant than a DK.
It's still rough though, right?
I think it's actually playable for the monkey, as far like for the first few levels at least.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna get astral or whatever. You can like force the OD to astral you, and then you come out, you just walk at him. But we'll see what happens. I mean, last game they started with a dual lane mid, and the OD still won. So that one kind of hit me as okay, maybe this is just a skill thing,
Yeah.
but we'll find out in this matchup because I think the monkey actually has some play here.
Yep. And the only other thing I'm really seeing here is though this puck versus 4 melee heroes. This feels like forwards. They really want to like just deathball with this DK and Monkey King ulti, or I'm not.
Yeah, I mean, their lineup is going to be strong once Rezo and Yor have BKBs. Like, that's just what they want. They want those two heroes to have BKBs. They have good chase because they have track. You know, they have pretty decent wave clear on their team. They can contest objectives because they have Elder Titan. Their team is well-rounded. It can push. It can team fight. It has okay lanes. It's got it all. VP are more of like we're focused more on our lanes because we have like this puck clockwork. This is a combination of heroes that you really just don't see. Like it's not something where you're like, oh yeah, this is totally normal. No, this is really not normal at all. So it's going to be pretty heavily, I think, on the mid matchup and the offlane matchup for VP going well for their game to favor them.
Yeah.
And Rams is just going to do life-stealing things. He can hit some creeps. Probably buy a Midas and a Radiance because that's just what the hero does.
Yep. And we'll see. So we'll be resolution on that safe lane DK. Is it like a Radiance type game here, or are we gonna see some like armlet, you think, on DK?
It depends on how fast they want to take the game, honestly. Like, I could see him going for like the drums armlet. I could see him going for like a Shadow Blade or a Blink, because that's kind of what the Eastern teams used to do, right? They would buy Blinks and Shadow Blades really early, and they would use DK to pick, and then that would immediately result in a tower because of Dragon Form and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think in a game like this, it's actually kind of nice. Because if you're playing 5-man Dota, the Clockwork feels a lot less effective. And I think the Clockwork has a very high chance of popping off this game because there's just 3 heroes on forward that he absolutely demolishes. So I think that if you are forward, I would prefer not to see Radiance DK. Yeah. I would prefer to see the more like proactive build, like the go do stuff, by Blink, by Shadow Blade, Armlet, BKB, stuff like that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see, looks like Pasha's up top, MSS and him dancing around. This Clockwork, right? There were a couple of buffs given to him. You see on the Battery Assault. Battery Assault, cast point removed. That's pretty good, right? On a hero like this.
It's really good.
Yeah, it seems like one of those like weird small buffs that actually means quite a bit.
Well, it was like when Old Lesh didn't have cast point on Edict, right? And people were picking him like all the time. And then they put a cast point on it, and it's like, oh god, this just feels so much worse. It's really, really small things, but when you rely on standing next to someone to deal damage, then you really don't want a cast point on the ability, especially as a melee hero.
Yeah. And I'm just watching this Rezo Roger interaction
Yeah,
right now. He's actually
just like,
mirroring him.
Come on, bro.
He doesn't even see him, and he's just mirroring him. And it looks like, so Resolution, he wants to go top here, but look at Roger. There's not much room to do anything here. Just give him a bop once with the hammer. Love that cosmetic.
That's the dominance hit right there.
That has to be one of the best cos. It's just a hammer. Like, he's just this dude, and he's just hitting you with a hammer. And look who's happy about this. Solo bottom. Only one in this lane. We'll see a TP from Universe, but get some solo EXP, and obviously this is the first time we've seen some lane swaps in this series.
Yeah, but Rezo's gonna miss, like, what, maybe 2 full waves at this point?
Look at this. SVG taking a lot of damage here from Roger. Will juke away, and yep, finally MSS moves here. Rezo walking from top to bottom. Oh, that... Like, getting a good lane matchup's nice, but he's going to be 0 experience at over a minute in, finally getting his first taste.
Yeah, I guess he only ended up missing, like, 1 creep plus 1 wave, so it's not awful. It's basically the same as, like, being forced back to base, more or less.
And they get the range creep and deny the other range creep under the tower. So look at that, Rezo, right back in it. Middle, It is going to be that OD versus Monkey King matchup we talked about. Monkey King will have a pretty decent time early with it, if not, I mean, throughout the entire laning phase, right? When does it really turn bad for Monkey King? When he leaves the lane, or?
It's not that it gets bad. It's just the OD hits like 5, and he starts banishing and pushing out the wave.
Okay.
Like that's the point where it's like it's not that Monkey King starts
annoying.
dying or anything. Yeah, it's just like a Shadow Fiend, right? Like you just push the wave and then the enemy hero has to kill creeps under his tower because Monkey King doesn't have the ability to clear the wave as quickly.
What are your thoughts on abilities like Mischief? I don't know if you have one, right? It's just a free ability, but it's a pretty big upside. Do you find it odd, or is it like the hero just needs it now?
I think he is very dependent on it, at least in terms of like disjointing damage. Before, when you could just go invulnerable, that was like ridiculous. I was like, okay, this is actually just silly.
And it's a free skill, right? Like you just it is still weird though, right? You get a disjoint, no other hero gets it. You don't even have to spend a point.
Well, it's not a true disjoint anymore. It just stops damage, so you still get stunned. The thing that drove me nuts was like being able to dodge,
to
like
do the whole stun and all that. Okay.
Yeah. There was absolutely no downside. So I think now it's much more manageable than it was before.
Ooh, top lane SVG fighting up against Ramsey. And look at this. He's actually going to trap them all in. They're going to be hitting each other. He's going to try to break out. Will get pushed away by the cogs. No, moves nicely. Is he actually going to get the body block? MSS.
Oh, that was
what
sick.
A play. And even though these two don't lane together much anymore, I guess they were on an old team. They were on NP together as well as, what, Dark Horse? That was on, I think, SVG's first team, so...
That was a minute ago.
Yeah. That it really was. And these two still playing together. Bottom lane, what's Rezo at? He's at 14-1, Puck at 11-0, and yeah, Yawar very low, 100 HP, eats a mango, pops a health potion. I mean, Ford has
you know what the...
Oh, go on.
I was gonna say, even with the DD, he gets forced out. I was just, sorry, I didn't see how it actually happened. Like, because I was looking at mid and I'm like, okay, as a DD rune, how does he just lose the trade?
Yeah. He is doing a lot of damage now. Has the Orb of Venom as well. Might proc Jingu, puts him in. They go bottom as well. Isabel, a lot of damage on Universe. He's trying to right-click. They actually get Pasha. Lightning comes out now. He's actually getting healed up. Can't purge it off. And Rezo, not only that, his CS beating this Puck 17-1, 15-0. Bottom lane going pretty well for these guys. They even have a Soul Ring now in the DK.
Yeah, the double ranged is like... It's one of those things where as DK, you're not really going to care too much about getting auto attacks, but the Shadow Shaman has a hard time getting in.
Top lane MSS. He's just staying with the creeps right now. He's eating a lot of right clicks, but not like the most battery assault. Trying to juke and no Windwalk skilled, pardon me, Shadow Walk, and he'll just die slowly there. And that's the clockwork, as you said, right? If he finds Rasta's gonna die like that. A lot of these heroes are just gonna die like that to this clockwork.
Yeah, ET, Shadow Shaman, Bounty all suffer the same fate. Like, Monkey King can at least, like, auto-attack back, maybe get some Jingu stacks, and DK is just really tanky. But, for the most part, this is, like, one of the better Clockwork games you're going to see.
Yeah, but, man, look at this middle. 5.5 first, almost level 5 on Yawar. He is having a pretty good time on this OD. Universe possibly looking to heal bottom. We'll see if he runs back to base, or he's sticking around. He wants levels. Look at that. All those creeps under tower. There's no way you're leaving this lane. Bounty runes will get scooped up. Looks like bottom. They get the kill there. SVG runs away, but Roger Ramsey's chase him down. MSS steals one of the bounties. And now bottom, they get a hold. Puck doesn't have orb for 2 cents. Actually gets Hex. Gets the orb off. Gets the stick. And we'll just make it out there. And down comes Solo. He's actually looking for Universe. Will he get the nuke before the purge? Won't. Just throw some right clicks here.
Needs to be a little bit careful.
Yeah.
Gotta respect the Shadow Shaman right clicks, man. 88 damage.
Yeah,
Oh, 4.
You only have 3 armor with a stick, no boots. You will get run down. Well, Pasha has a raindrop, but all his raindrop charges going away to the Soul Ring DK. So annoying. Top lane.
Mid lane?
Middle lane, actually.
Mid and top.
They're both going in, but the Yawar probably a bigger kill. There's going to be some orbs. He gets trapped and he's just dead. This Clockwork, the banish, no one's like, nah, I'm good. You got to wait, make sure he doesn't stick to survive, and they get a kill top lane now. It's just Ramsey's going against MSS and SVG. And Bounty, this hero's just annoying to play against in lane, right? With that Max Janata. Is there any way to counter it? Like just not losing your gold, or are you just doomed from the start?
You're gonna get hit. Like, it's just life. Like, when he goes in, you try to deal as much damage to him as you can, so he feels like a little bit scared to keep jousting like that. he's got phase boost, right? So if you open wounds, hit him a few times, you try to stop him, but ultimately, you're gonna lose some money.
Ooh, middle lane, here comes the Hex. Yawar gonna be smacking, but here comes Roger, the big boy. He cancels the stun, then goes back to Yawar. Yawar's just trapped, he's in a lot of trouble. He's gonna go down here. Solo gets the kill. Universe gets put under, no battery assault left though. This is a tough kill. Stomp actually flies, hits nobody. And they will back it up, but VP, a big rotation. This Clockwork, man, it just feels like the pick right now.
I told you, man. You gotta watch out for this guy, because he could pop off this game. It's just... There's so many freebies that he has, especially if you have a +1. Like if you're walking mid, for example, he's gonna get stomped. I don't really know.
Level 1, actually, yeah, he just pops battery, walks out.
Yeah, but it's one of those heroes that a lot of the time, if you have as good of a lane as he had, like he hit 3 really quick. That's the big thing for Clockwork, because your battery assault damage goes from 20 to 45 a hit, so it more than doubles. If you can get that timing and you have as many freebies in this game as Roger does.
Well, middle. Yawar so much damage again. Ooh, you see no one. He was trying to min-max that stand at the very edge. He's still just running in. He throws the ult. Raindrop tanks up 120. Now they get a hold, and oh my god. But Yawar gets handled by Solo. They do finally get in. They both end up going down there. An interesting trade. Not really sure who comes out ahead, but... I'm sure they're happy no one died.
Yeah, the value of the OD is definitely higher than the
top.
Yeah.
MSS, battery, salt pie. He's just dead. Doesn't even have to use the... Oh, just feels bad. MSS will get right-click down, and Roger popping off Ramses, as you said. Will do his thing, going for Midas next. Only has about 500 left till he gets it. And a Veil getting picked up by Oracle. Apparently VP just think that item is really good.
I think they're doing it because they also have OD.
Okay.
Like, yeah, the multiplier from the sanities when you have the big int and then you get the magic damage amplification as well.
Oh, and Pasha dodges the stun there from Rezo. The Dragon Tail, they won't get him. That was a very clutch. That one might have just been a tower if he dies there. Solo does TP in front of him. SVG, he's coming. Move speed and damage, but he'll just back out. Rezo will continue to harass this tower with the poison. Pasha tries to push it out. Universe wishes he had this 6 right now, but can't commit the wards, unfortunately, because he doesn't have them.
I mean, they're getting chip damage on the tower. It's not the best push, but it's something. And right now, the laning phase, even though it's only a 1k lead, you can definitely tell that VP are dictating the tempo.
Yeah,
they're making the moves. Roger has been everywhere during this early game, and I think they're probably going to give him the tome as well. So come, 10 minutes.
And I'm just looking at this mid lane, though. Yawar level 6, this OD almost 9. It feels like this went real bad for the middle.
Yeah, well, it wasn't so bad for, like, the first couple of minutes, but then he got ganked twice.
Yeah.
And even when they tried to gank the OD, right, it got turned by Roger. Like, Roger, for me, is the MVP of this game, just by far. Like, his movement, he's been in the right place at the right time every time.
Talk about it. Now he has level 3 battery, sold 70 damage a second. Pretty damn good. He's going to be TPing bottom. He's going to look for a kill, but look at that. I think MSS might have scouted him TPing. Rezo wants to get this rune. Who's going to end up picking up? It is Rezo who gets it. Gets the stun off. Stomp hits 3, and they secure the bounties top. Meanwhile, Ramses versus MSS. MSS steals it. That's 4 bounties and an arcane rune. Not too shabby. Getting all 5 runes there.
Yeah, that was. I thought that was going to turn really bad for forward as soon as Roger TP'd, because I saw the DK standing on the rune spot, and I was like, man, if they cog, this could just be a dead DK, and that would be a total disaster. But yeah, they get all 4. They get away without losing anyone. That's big. Good turn.
Yep, and there it is. So level 6 is flying out in the courier to Roger here. Universe, he's got his level. He's level 7 right now, actually. Pretty farm. Has Mass Serpent. You want to use these Mass Serpent wards, right? You got an arcane rune right here, baby. But it doesn't look like he will.
That is, yeah, it's the best case scenario to be able to just drop him, because you get that 30% CDR. Yeah. But sometimes you just can't find the opening. I mean, it's kind of pointless to feed him. Yeah, exactly. You don't want to just drop him on the mid tower, because they would just die instantly, and it's not good.
We see Ramses versus MSS still going at the level 3 Janine. Here we go. Universe actually comes. He drops the snakes, but the rage comes down. That level 1 Hex. Not the best. We're going to see a hook shot in the back now. He's going to hold him under. The wards are going to do a decent amount, but he blocked himself in still. He will get pushed out. This should be a kill on Universe, but the ward doing so much damage. Universe actually gets the kill. He finally dies, but now Solo. He is tracked up. Nope, brings it up. Now he's tracked again. And he's just going to be stunned. He is going to go down. Yowar's even like, yo, we got a track, baby. Let's stack some gold, and they will. There we go. There's going to be an armlet, actually. Who is that being built? I swear I saw it. DK, okay.
DK, yeah. That was a really nice play from Universe. Didn't panic. Fought on top of his wards. The heal from the secondary effect of the Purifying Flames actually just kept him alive.
Yeah.
Like, that was the sad part there for Roger. He's like, hey, look, this is the freebie. But the unfortunate part is he already got wards down. So if he gets wards down and you're hooking into the wards, it's a little bit different than if you're just catching him out.
But you see Rezo trying to push top tower with that DK form. We'll get some of that poison damage on the tower. Feels like they really want to pressure early. And uh-oh, here comes the puck. Universe can't get close to him. Obviously, that instant hex feels pretty nice. Does actually hit the stomp. Get to be a jump down. They try to slow. He jumps away. Just baiting him in. As you see middle getting pushed in by Roger and bottom. Ramses, he's doing Ramses things you said. Looking at the net worth chart, is below the DK, but these two are right there. Actually, well,
the other thing is that the DK is going to be investing in like the early mid game, so he's going to go for the armlet build, like we mentioned it a couple of times. But you know, Ramses is going for the accelerant item. He's going for the radiance anyway.
Yeah, is losing a lot of gold to MSS here. Top lane, they are going to go silence there. We'll put him under. Will they be able to just get this kill? Pasha, who will avoid. And there's the hammer dropped again. No one. And he is putting some damage. 2 more orbs should do it. Needs 1 more here. Actually, doesn't even get it up. MSS dies bottom, and they will kill him. It looks like they want to get the kill for no one, but Solo might just steal it with the Purifying Flames here.
Oh, he wants it.
Now they just want to get it. Yeah, please, we need it. He throws out the Purge. We'll just hold him in place. Orb goes. Pasha gets the kill, and bottom tower does. All of a sudden, that was a 3 for 0 and a tier 1 tower. That kind of out of nowhere.
Yeah, but that's a strength of VP's team. They're actually much better in like these small skirmishes because you have Lifestealer and Clockwork who are like really happy taking small fights. Rage becomes a much more powerful tool because, you know, if you can't CC the guy, you're just getting beat on by Lifestealer with the Fade's Boots and a Midas. And Clockwork is like the king of small scale fights because of battery.
We see he has used his hook, probably used it to get some of the earlier kills. Level 4 battery assault, so he's doing some damage. Middle, there's a lot of heroes chilling here. Solo and MSS does purge the double damage up, but means he can't take the track up. But look at this slow, but oh, what a destroy. But now Yawar, he says, nah, you're gonna die. Doesn't even purge the track off, so Yawar will get some gold there. And almost a nice house play by Solo, but almost won't quite cut it.
Yeah, it's not the best Oracle game. Like we talked about the Bounty Hunter and stuff. It's not a pleasant matchup.
On the back lines, go for the Stomp. Pasha, more than likely he's going to be able to avoid those Elder Titan stuns every time. Going Blink first, but Rezo, he will get that tier 1. He does have the armlet, so this he's not as tanky as that game 1 Timbersaw, but he's pretty tough to bring down in engagements, right?
It depends on the OD. If the OD has sanities, it doesn't matter how much health you get against an OD, right? Like, you just need a BKB, or you need to kill the OD.
Oh, and there's going to be the hook shot. Comes on the back lines. Will end up hitting an SVG. He just dies. Doesn't get the bounty rune either this time, but they will TP in. Universe, he might get it in time. Battery still go. They get the Hex, and uh-oh. Comes out. Now the snakes go down. It's a 2v2 fight. Pasha, he's like, wait a minute. This ain't good. And he doesn't even get the ward. Misses uphill. Now on the back. Noir will jump down, but he'll be fine. He's going to bring his Midas out on the courier right now, so we'll have a monkey who can scale a little bit. Ramses, as you know, will. Almost a full relic now on him. He feels like the ticking time bomb on this team.
Yeah, and you're going to see his net worth eclipse the DK because he's spending more of his game just like idly hitting creeps, and Rezo is trying to be more active for his team, you know, popping the DK for him, pushing the tier 1s.
And that's how he has to play, right? Like, if Ford can't just sit back this game for sure. Middle.
Yeah, you don't want to go late. Lifestealer and OD it's like a terrifying combo.
Oh, Solo, you're looking pretty bad right now. Yeah, he'll just die. One more hit, it looks like sure will. Uar gets it. Midas off cooldown. Gonna get a decent chunk of gold here, and he will. Only 160 now, though. Roger roaming around. Feels like he's been, I don't want to say neutered, but we haven't seen as much out of him since those like first 10 minutes. Feels like he's just been kind of farming off on his own too. I don't know if there are spin opportunities for him, but SVG and Viz, he'll scout out some heroes.
He's still high level on the clock, so like if he finds his target, he can definitely still get a kill.
All right, SVG kind of win for it, hoping Ramsey's looking elsewhere. He's just getting right-clicked down, my goodness, and that felt like a little bit of a low probability play there.
Well, I don't think he had vision of the clockwork.
Yeah, that either, but still, going for a stomp on a Negs, like, you know he's going to get rage off, right?
I mean, you know, if he gets the stomp, I suppose he could have waited for Universe to get a little bit closer for the Hex. That probably would have been, like, the ultimate safety, but the other thing, too, is, like, was his invis actually that close to wearing off? Because it might have been.
Oh, well, here we go on the backside. MSS, actually, he's just getting right-clicked, and oh my goodness, the damage. Solo will get it. Here comes a stomp, will hit on one. Solo still has the ulti, will pop it off now, but stun flies after, and this looks to be a good fight for Ford. They will maybe kill Roger. Any studs? Will he make it to base in time? Solo dies, and he will. He survives. He had the flask on him. Solo still walking around. If you didn't know with Oracle ulti, you throw a flask on someone, it will stay on the whole time, and it's free healing. It's a good Oracle thing in middle. Yeah, you're not getting this kill. If he gets his ulti off, way too much armor for this Lifestealer. And look at this, it feels like Forward. They're keeping it at this like 500 to 1,000 gold lead right now.
Yeah, but we haven't seen a fight where like the OD hasn't been there. Right? He's level 14.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So like that's the thing. Like I'm seeing these small kills, and it's like, yeah, it's good for Forward. Like they're getting kills, they're trying to control the map. That's great. But the thing is, Rams is really close to Radiance.
Oh, wait up. Blink. They go in. They're going to actually hold him. Pasha will get put under. He will dodge some of the stuff. This is going to be a tough kill. Ulti flies up from Elder Titan. No one just goes down immediately. Pasha as well. And, well.
Okay, now that's big. That's a good one.
Yeah, no one comes to the fight, and he did not expect 5 heroes. Damn.
Yeah, that initiation from Pasha was a little bit strange. Clockwork wasn't there. Like, Roger's bot right now, doing his thing. So no hook counter initiation for the DK or anything like that. It was just the OD being simply out of position, trying to save his puck, and then just sacrifice his own life, more or less. So that kill resulting in a tower and also the OD, that's the kind of stuff that Forward wants. It's okay to be taking like small fights here and there, but for the most part, every time you take an engagement, you want to be looking at the next objective as their team, because you want to be pushing the pace. You got a bounty hunter, you got these serpent wards, you want to use them.
Is Roger taking too much farm? I hate to say it, but he's level 10, higher level than the puck as well. He's pretty much been the guy in this bottom lane. Don't you kind of want it the other way around?
I think it was maybe just like you said, they were just caught off guard by how many heroes that they brought to the mid lane. But I guess they do have a ward, so no, they definitely knew they were all there.
And Solo, well, and these little pickoffs as you talk about, but he does get the purge that time, so track will go off, but. Still 3 heroes just getting these little kills, and all of a sudden Ford's up 1,000 gold now. We are going to see Rezo just stunning a creep, doesn't want to get held in place, and he's level 13. He's going for a Heaven's Halberd, pretty standard. Good damage, good against the OD especially.
Yeah, it's the item that you buy when you don't want to buy BKB against the OD, but you need to be able to live. And if no one gets to tee off into someone, it's real bad.
For the whole team, not just that guy. Yeah, he's got intelligence, and this 20-minute rune.
Smoke.
Forward again. Here we go. Stop. Won't hit on anyone. It's gonna be a hook shot. He jumps out. It's Ramses. He has the Radiance first fight. Universe dead. SVG dead. There will be an ulti up on no one from the Oracle. They're going for Yawar. Can they bring him down? MSS gets tracked. They're doing a ton of damage. Yawar though getting melted down, and the bad fight finally comes at the bounty. Only Oracle dies. The rest of them on Forward. They get melted down with this, the first real Lifestealer bomb we've seen.
That hook from Roger, dude, it hit both supports. They had the ET and the Shadow Shaman inside with the Infest. That fight is just over. As soon as that hook lands, there is no recovering from that. You can't lose 2 heroes with basically, like, not really a big commitment. Like, hook shot's a 70-second cooldown level 1, so it's not huge, but that's the strength of the Clockwork in this game, is that the 4 staffs need to be out. Like, Universe went for the lens first. I like lens on Shadow Shaman just in general, but I'm thinking maybe this game 4 staff would have been like the ideal item because no one else on your team is really going to be able to get it. Like, you're playing the 4. SVG is the 5, which means he's not going to get it. Your safe lane player ain't buying it, and your mid player ain't buying it. So you are the guy who builds the 4 staff.
They're gonna look top. They want to get a kill. Feels like they just want to do a lot of stuff right now while they maybe can kill this Lifestealer and OD, but. You see the rotation, and he's running on over as well. I think Ford just wants to get out of here. There's going to be a coil there. They're going to find MSS. He will get a Hex up. Pasha will be brought down. A lot of damage being done, but he dodges the Shuriken. Ulti, not going to fly by anyone. Roger actually hooks Ford. He's going to look for an MSS. Can he break out of this prison? No, he'll just go down. And the numbers game, 5 heroes there from VP. Only 3 from Forward.
And that's just one of the other benefits of Clockwork and Puck is like you can jump. If you want to go, you're going. Like there's a blink. The hook shot is now level 2, so the range is up to 2,500. You gotta be willing to commit if you're Forward and you're showing heroes on the map. If you are just doing this kind of like standoff between the 2 teams, and BP decide they're winning that fight, it's already too late. You know, because you're gonna get jumped. You have to hope that he misses like a hook shot or the coil's not good or something like that in order to turn that. So. Not respecting the ability of VP to get in.
We see level 15 picked up by the DK, 30 damage. Has the halberd. It still feels scary though. This no one. He has a BKB on this OD and about 500 gold. If he doesn't get halberded before he starts teeing off on someone, this Ford just have to get out. You can't fight into this BKB, right?
I think it depends on how the fight starts. So we talked about the lens on the Shadow Shaman and stuff. If you get a Hex on him, and see, it's hard, right? Because there's also an Oracle. So you got to deal with the Oracle and the OD at like the same time, ideally. But that's tough. So the Monkey needs to like jump the Oracle, force some ulti, or the DK needs to jump the Oracle, and then the Shadow Shaman needs to get a Hex on like the OD or something before BKB. That's like the best way for them to take a fight. But it's still hard, because then you have counter initiation from Puck and Clock. But, you know, Dota's a complicated game. Basically what I'm saying is, it ain't easy for Forward.
Yeah, it'll be tough. And you see MSS farming top, level 11 bounty. Doesn't feel like they've gotten all they've wanted to out of this hero. They've gotten some good pickoffs, but as you said, no one in Ramsey's just farming elsewhere on the map while his team does stuff. And even, who do we got? We got Pasha just sitting behind the Lifestealer here. Puck pretty much playing the 4 role, it feels like. And they're going to look for some sort of bomb. Middle lane, they're chilling. No one almost level 18. BKB flying out on the courier.
VP don't have any wards right now, so they were maybe assuming that there could have been more heroes kind of sitting in the mid lane. Yeah, they're even scanning Roche. So this just shows, reveals it immediately.
Dude,
nice
they
move
don't have any detection, though. They're trying. They place a sentry down, but MSS, he's long gone. Oh, did they actually see him? Oh, Dust gets popped. It doesn't hit, though. Roger knew something was up. Now, middle lane. Pasha, will he get overly aggressive with Lifestealer inside of him? Doesn't look like he wants to.
I mean, at the very least, if they have BKB on the OD, they can just push to tier 1.
Yeah. It looks like OD, he wants his level 18, though, and there it is. Gets that increased damage from that ultimate, and he is going to do a lot of damage. See TP on bottom, boots of travel, they're going to find him. They get the bomb off, can they bring Yawar down? They have the Radiance, trying to stop out Earth Splitter's going. This is going to be a tough fight. See you later, Pasha. They were ready for it. Now they're going to find Ramses as well. Jump down, and Ramses, you have been found out. Nice double kill there, and a response from SVG and the rest of Forward. Uh-oh, they might find more. Roger, he gets stunned by Rezo. Rezo does a decent chunk of damage, too. There's the Hex. They're going to hold him. This is going to be a 3 for 0. And now Universe, he finds more. It's Rezo.
Oh, okay, it's
a chain feed, and oh my lord. All of a sudden, DK just got level 18. He just got 4 kill involvement. He is feeling good. Wow, man, that was what just happened, Draskell? What?
They didn't have vision. That's it. Like they went bottom. They didn't have any wards. They don't see either shrine right now. The ward that they played is behind like a tier 1. It was actually like before I think they went in, so they saw like a very little amount of forward side of the map. And they went, you know, we got Puck, we got Radiant Lifesteal, let's just go in and get the quick kill. We'll kill the monkey, get out, it'll be fine. But the reality is, all you really want to do is VP's team is 5-man. Your 5-man's insane. Like now you're fighting into a Monkey King with a BKB, a 10-second BKB no less, and the fight looks a lot more difficult. Like that timing for VP was so strong, you know, your OD has 10-second BKB. Yeah. You just go in together, and I don't actually think they could have lost a 5-man fight with the specific item progression they had at that stage in the game. But now with like Monkey having the BKB and like you mentioned, Dragon Knight hitting level 18, he's almost got his BKB now too. like the dynamic of the game changes so drastically when fights like that happen, because you lose almost everyone. The only person who lived through that was the OD, and you don't get the tower. Like there was no silver lining there. They didn't get any objective. They just lost a bunch of heroes, and now like Forward are looking at BKBs and they're feeling good.
Yeah. Is there a chance we could just see Forward start 5-manning with that BKB on Dragon Knight and just taking towers?
Absolutely. Like this OD, like he's been farming for a while and his net worth is still pretty good, but he's going for a Linken's. He's so scared of like the Blink Stun and the Shadow Shaman Hex that he's not getting his own Hex. And that's how you deal with like these BKBs, is someone on your team has a Hex. You're not going to be able to stun lock someone long enough to kill them if you don't have your own Hex. So by going Linken's, he's keeping himself safe, but it's like, how are you getting kills?
Yeah. You said it. This has just been no one just farming the jungle, farming waves. We haven't seen him with this team quite yet. 3, 2, and 4. Still positive, but Universe. He's got a 4-staff Aether Lens now. What are any crazy items coming out? Seems pretty standard across the.
Yeah, the Bounty Hunter has his own BKB now too. So we're looking at 3 10-second BKBs for Forward. All 3 of their cores, positions 1, 2, and 3, all going to have Magic Immunity. Now, the Clockwork feels bad. The Puck feels real bad. Yeah, so now you have these heroes that just are eliminated from the fight.
Even the Lifestealer, right, feels a little bit odd because you just can't get on top of any of those 3 heroes, right?
Yeah, it's going to be tough.
Uh-oh, no one. He's going to pop his BKB. It might be SVG dying first, but Ford, they're going to lose it all in the hook shot. Who knows, though, because Rezo's right behind.
I was going to say, that's probably good that missed.
Yeah.
I don't think Roger wants to hook in a triple BKB.
Yeah. And this is going to be Rezo's ulti on cooldown, though. Why did he use it? Were they pushing? Was he just using it to farm, I guess?
He might have used it in some Ancients. I didn't actually see.
Yeah, me either. He will almost be level 20. What do you take? Do you take the gold per minute in this game if you're Forward on that DK, or do you just want that strength?
The strength is really nice. It's hard to skip the strength. I think it depends on how long they think the game's going to go. Because realistically, like, it's already 30 minutes in, right?
Yeah.
And 150 GPM talent, say the game goes like 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes. Yeah, it's like half of an item if the game goes to 45 minutes. It's not the best, it's not the worst. But 25 strength is 25 damage and 500 freaking health. That's a lot of health.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's a full Reaver, right? That's a 3,000 gold item not taking up a spot.
Yep.
And, well, Ward's down. Roshan, tough to take for either team unless a full fight gets taken. I mean, Lifestealer not the best versus Roche. DK as well unless he pops his ulti. And that DK ulti feels like you can't just be throwing it out anymore.
Yeah, it's really important against the Lifestealer as well. Because you can still kite him. You get the slow hit off or whatever during his rage and he gets tracked. The Lifestealer game becomes very, very hard. I think DP had such a strong timing this game. And they just, like, they took the inopportune fights. You know, they fought without vision, bottom, they get picked off, and like all of a sudden the game just completely gets flipped on its head.
Yeah, ooh, and a smoke actually. Oh, but look at that. Puck sees it. He just blinks out immediately and wasted smoke there, it looks like, from Forward. Just going to farm that level 20 on DK now, it looks like. So what do we got on Ramses? He is level 20 himself, takes the 20% evasion, feels good. Almost as an assault here. They are still farming well, right? Actually, VP takes the lead in gold right now.
Yeah, they're farming well, but I don't know if, like,
their 5-man will be enough at some point, or?
Yeah, I don't think it's tricky because your OD is kind of the issue. Because he has to go this Linken's, right? Yeah. Like, that's the part that makes me feel so bad about their ability to fight, is like, you're just not going to have a Hex. And that, against 3 10-second BKBs, that sucks. Like, you really, really want to Hex this game. He's going to need, like, that Linken's and an item on top of that in order to feel, like, confident in walking into these engagements. Otherwise, you got to kite. You know? How are you going to kite a team with a Bounty Hunter?
Yeah. Oh, well, track gets purged up, another track goes. We see Awar just hopping around. Looks like they're just going to take this top tier 2 pretty easily. Well, Ramsey's just
normally, like, these teams have enough Disable to, like, compensate for BKBs. But, like, VP have, like, Hook Stun and Coil. And that's it.
Dire will get middle tower just from the creeps. It looks to be some sort of engagement on the back. Lifestealer will get hexed by Universe, and Ford trying to get out. Uh-oh, they will find UR. Hookshot is going to hit. It actually, does it hit?
Okay.
Yeah, it does. It will go on the Universe, but stun's going to come. Resolution, they're just going to pump out damage on Roger, and he's trying. There's a lot of gold going their way. They get it. And look at this, Dragon Form has been used. They definitely want to get something. They actually get a stun up on no one. Lincoln's there, and all BKBs popped on both sides. And look at that, I'm sure MSS is fine with that. Sure, I'll trade BKBs with you.
I mean, the thing is, the Monkey King didn't even have his BKB, but they were down a hero. Because he BKB'd, I don't know if you saw it on camera, but he got coiled, and then he BKB'd to just, like, leap away or whatever. But yeah, that's the problem. Like, VP, like, Roger goes in, and they're like, well, everyone BKB'd, and we can't do stuff. So, it's tough. Pasha's going for the Axe, which I think is pretty much the only item he can buy this game. I mean, I guess he could have gotten his own Hex, but Aghanims is a bit more reliable from his perspective. The one thing I would say about it is that Monkey King kind of wants to fight in his like little circle or whatever, and DK is kind of the same. So Aghanims is better against supports, in my opinion, in this game than is the actual BKB buyers, because you want to be able to force them to run, right?
Yeah.
But if the DK and the Monkey King are both BKB'd and there's a Wukong's command down, they ain't running.
And he almost has an Eye of Scotty, by the way, up on this Monkey King, so that circle is going to be pretty scary. Ooh, Ramses as well as Pasha. And there's going to be a stun. Can they actually kill the puck immediately? He will get ulted up by Solo. They're going to try to heal him. Look for it. Will get health potion too. It will be Universe dying. They're going to look for Ramses. Will get stunned up. 929 crit. Not the most damage. Has the assault cures. There's going to be a hook shot on the backside. Finds SVG. Ulti flies from no one. Will it be enough? MSS goes down. They're trying to turn it. Ramses getting right clicked. Will hop in a teammate. Roger kills SVG. And now Rezo. BKB wearing off. Will get Spirit Vessel. Not healing on the backside. Universe. He did buy back for this. He might just die. Oh my goodness. Forward crumbling under the pressure of this OD and Lifestealer. So farmed.
Yeah, I think MSS BKB was still on cooldown. Yeah, it was for a little while. They did such a good job of just kiting out the BKBs.
Yeah.
That's the best way for them to take these engagements. You throw a few spells, make them commit their BKBs, and just play the running game. As soon as BKBs were off, no one comes in, he gets his sanities off, it gets full damage on all three heroes. Very, very well executed fight there from VP. And that's why they're considered one of the best teams, because it's really hard for them to fight right now. But they're finding opportunities based on the fact that they understand how they have to approach the engagement. Force the BKBs, make them like chase you, and then turn once the BKBs are down.
And look at this. This is going to be a melee Rax going down here. Ramsey's so farmed. Status resistance, damage, armor. He has it all. Is he? He is pretty damn farmed right now. It feels like 2,000 above everyone else.
Yeah, he's definitely having a good time.
What do you want to see on him? Do you just want to see a Satanic, or do you want to see a damage item on him?
I think you could probably end up going a damage item. I wouldn't mind like an Abyssal either.
Yeah, probably what's easy to go.
I always like Abyssal on Lifestealer because it's one of those things where if your whole mainstay is like, we want to try to bait out BKBs and stuff, Abyssal is great for that because you're really tanky, you have AC already, you're fast, you got status resistance from the SLI. And just having the Abyssal just means that you can pop it on someone and just bail if you need to. And sometimes you want to, because you don't necessarily always want to hit a DK or a Monkey. It really depends on the fights. So we'll see. He's got 3K.
And I know we've talked about, but forward, you talked, they had a lot of good stuff today. Do you think they still have the better 5-man, or are they...
That fight was just really chaotic. I think there was not enough follow-up on one hero. So, like, forward, they want to go in, they want to DK stun somebody, they want to get their chain of CC, and they want to kill that hero. That's essentially how they want to function. And with the 3 cores all having BKBs up at the same time, that should be pretty feasible. Yeah. But it just didn't really happen that way in mid. Like, the fight, like I said, it was very, very hectic. They got sanities by the OD, they lost their mana, and, like, by the time everything, like, the dust settled, their BKBs were down. And then that's when VP's team becomes potent again.
In middle lane. Sorry to interrupt. There might be something crazy going on. There is 10 heroes here. BKB's getting pumped, but he already got Halberd and he can't just attack. Rezo did have to pop BKB on the backside. They actually find the puck. He'll get put under Ramsey since used rage. VP might just want to get out of here. They might find the puck. He is getting healed up. Solo still has an ulti and they won't find him. Ramsey's waiting for that rage, but no BKB OD. Probably means they want to avoid this fight.
Yeah, they're just gonna walk straight into Roche. I like this move from forward because they force the OD's BKB, and Rezo just holds on to his. Like, he doesn't even pop it. So now it's like, you guys got to come at us when we all had BKBs.
Oh, does Purge off that double damage? There's going to be a hook shot on the backside. Will be an instant hex onto Ramses. Can't do anything. Solo's dead. Buys back. BKB's popped by all of Radiant except for MSS. Holds on his. There's going to be a coil. Only hits on the Universe, so he breaks it. Rocket hits. Spear Vessel on Yuar. And nothing too crazy happening. Solo does have to commit a buyback. That's about it.
Yeah, but they get to clean disengage again. That's what they want. They still have Sanity's Eclipse. You know, they still have Oracle ulti.
Yeah. And it's a scare, right? Because now OD has the only BKB up besides MSS, and you can't do anything to him.
It's really a game of BKBs. Like, that's what it boils down to.
We see tracks coming out, but Ramsey's going to try to bring down this Roche with Assault Cures. Makes it pretty easy. Stuns are going to fly. He will have to save Roger, but just getting right-click will run away. Rezo does get pushed away. They get the kill on the left side. Solo already died back. There's the ulti from no one. Hits everyone, but MSS, they're going to melt Yuar. And now, MSS, you may be BKB'd, but you're in trouble. Do they have detection? Doesn't look like it. They do. They hold him under. Hookshot goes, hits Elder Titan. Ramsey's going to run him down. Open wounds. Melt him on down. SVG's dead. MSS is dead, and the hopes of Forward slowly dying as well in this upper bracket of Group C.
It's so weird watching this game because I feel like both teams had such potent timings. And
is it just over?
I mean, they don't have buybacks in anyone. It's like 60 seconds. They're going to take a lot of damage in the face. Yeah, I think they might have enough time.
Of course, but your OD not... Yeah, go on, sorry.
He bought a death soap.
Wow.
Yeah, they're trying to end the game right now.
I like it.
No, that's good. I mean, these towers are going to have, like, what, 9 armor?
Yeah, it's just over. Armor. Wow.
All right.
All right, final thoughts here, Dreskel, on this series as we can start wrapping up a little bit early here. I thought you were sounding pretty forward favored, like 10,
Dude,
15
I thought
minutes
they
ago.
had it. Like, they had these 3 10-second BKBs. They had the initiation. Like, their Shadow Shaman had Lens. They had Blink Dagger on the DK. They just needed one fight where they all get in at the same time, you know, and get a kill. That's the big thing. Like, their team wants to go in, get a hero down, force like the 5v4. Because once your BKBs fade, we talk about how scary OD is as a hero.
Yeah.
And like Sandy's Eclipse doing a ton of work during these team fights and stuff, and the Radiance burn over time, just being annoying and puck and all this other stuff. But it's like,